Okay. Hello, hello, hello. Can you hear me? Can you see me? So I'm just going to pop this here. And I can keep an eye on the chat as well. You can hear me? Excellent, excellent, Smithers. All right. All right. Well, evening, everyone, from the Shire. Well, it's not really the Shire. Well, it is the Shire because where I live is a Shire. So I can say that. All right. So I can see quite a few of you here already. You've just shown up. Amazing. So before we get started, tell me, where are you from? Where in the world are you at this moment in time? I've got Anna from the Philippines, which is amazing. All right. Oh, thank you. That's very sweet. I'm really glad that you like my work. It means a lot. Um, so, where are you hailing from? Wow, from Lebanon. Damn, that's amazing. Austria, that's awesome. Thank you so much for being here. New York City in the hissy. All right, greetings from best regards in all things from Colorado near Fort Collins. Amazing. Manchester, Violet in Romania, South Carolina, US. That's so cool. I've always wanted to visit the South. The problem is, me and food, we have a really somewhat unhealthy relationship. So if I come to the south of North America, I'm coming home at least 3 stone heavier. Living in UK from the Philippines, Seattle, Washington, United States, El Paso, Texas, amazing, California, Bristol, UK, school. Oh, well, thank you very much, Faith. In New Jersey, amazing. From Greece, Ella Moreti Canis. Hi, Raf. I will be booking another reading soon. Ah, lovely. Thank you very much. From Lebanon. All right, so I think we've established you guys are literally from everywhere. This is a Berliner in the US. Amazing. So thank you so much for being here. I know, I am a day late with getting this out, but it's just been crazy, right? And yeah, anyway, I'm not even going to go into it. So, obviously, we are here to do the Life Path Read series. So, thank you so much for being here. If you are just tuning in after the recording, it's lovely to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Please don't forget to like, share, and if you should so choose and it resonates, hit the subscribe button. If you haven't seen the talks that I put out with Achuta Bharvadas, please check it out. It's on my channel. It was about the Sagittarius eclipse and what might be coming up with that. I did a talk recently, not too long ago, with Denise Matthew from HD by Denise Matthew, who's a human design expert, and we talked all about this larger sort of Mercury retrograde season and the eclipse that's coming up on the 10th of June. So a big deal. And just in case you're watching this before you watch your weeklies, there's a card pull for what the eclipse might be bringing up for your sign around that time next week and what might be coming up through that whole sort of season. So without further ado, we're going to get straight into it. So before we start, as always, I would like to bless my decks of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity, and abundance. And I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise and they help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So the cards are all set out. You've got the wheel there. So you'll get a destiny, direction, and a destiny card and a direction card. And you'll also get a human design oracle card for each month as we go on. So Before we get into each life path's reading, what we really need to look at is the fact that June 2021 is an 11 universal month. This is a big, big deal, right? Why? Because 11 is a master number energy, and it's the first of the master number vibrations. And I call this number, haven't read it in any texts, but it feels right to me. So, what I will say is this: the number 11, I call it the energy of, it's kind of like the first master number vibration to start with, right? But I call this the gate of an initiation, right? Because it is that initiatory energy, and it tends to straddle what I affectionately call the human numbers 1 to 9, and obviously it's the beginning, and it straddles the other foot in the master number vibration realm. So this is a big deal. What do we know about the number 11? Well, it is the number of the psychic, the mystic. It is universal spirituality. This is the energy of tapping into the world consciousness. Now, we're not talking about the 33 energy, which is all things everywhere all the time. We're talking about a very specific transcendental human experience. So what are the things that we need to look out for, or maybe tap into this month? Well, first of all, if you have a spiritual practice, this is the month where you need to knuckle down on that, and you need to deepen that spiritual practice. If you don't have one, this would be a good month to start one. For those of you that know, the videos that I put out mid last year, mid 2020, I talked a lot about June being a really crazy month, very intense month. I checked in with Heather from Astrology with Heather, and she backed it up. She was like, yeah, it's going to be a bit hectic. By the way, if you don't know who Heather is, please head over to her channel. It is Astrology with Heather. She's an amazing astrologer. She always puts out awesome content. Love her work, and she's got an amazing course that is coming up. So if you haven't got your name down on that, I would do it soon, because I know it's going to fill up. Now, outside of that, back to the 11 month, what do we really need to know? Building your spiritual practice, working on your spiritual practice, deepening your gifts. If you are a psychic, if you are a mystic, if you are a tarot reader, astrologer, numerologist, if you are involved in any form of the spiritual sciences or the occult art or the royal art as it is known, this is a month where you pay attention to the signs, the synchronicities. It's a time where you really want to deepen your practice. And I'm not talking about sitting and meditating, for hours on end. What I'm talking about is being observational and being intentional. Right, so that's the spiritual aspect of this. What else do we need to know about this universal month 11? Well, this is a great time to reach out to your people, connect to your peers, connect to your colleagues. This is not the month to be an island. This is not the month to be out there on your own, just kind of swimming in the melee that is going to be June 2021. This is a month where being around like-minded people, or even being connected to them over the airways, is going to keep your feet on the ground. It's going to keep you sane. Having that spiritual practice so deeply in your as a deep part of your day, that is going to help you ride out some of the more intense energies that are going to be coming up over this month, right? So really, I would say this is a month where you probably want to really be, like I said, be intentional and be be present more than anything else, right? Be intentional about everything that you do. This is really a great time to pull together. It's a good time to think about connecting to groups, and it's an even better time to start finding ways to fuse your life with your spirituality, with your spiritual gifts. Trust them more than you ever have. You're going to need that this month, because it's about to get a little bit rocky. All right, so without further ado, let's get straight into it. So we're going to start with life path 1 as always, and we're going to work our way around the wheel. So for the life path 1 people, your destiny card for the month ahead is Judgment, right? So what does this say? To me, this says that this is going to be a very big month for you. And in a lot of ways, it does suggest that there is an energy of the final call this month, right? In some way, shape, or form, you are making a big decision. In some way, shape, or form, this is where you come to a huge realization and you are ready to start moving towards that. Don't be surprised if someone or some energy or something from your past shows up this month. It's usually for assimilation, and especially under a Mercury retrograde, conjunct an eclipse taking place in the same sign. This would be a time where old friends, old groups, old connections, old partners, old everything is likely to come up. That judgment card tells me that if you are a life path 1, this month, not only are you delving into spirituality, but you're starting to come into the understanding of where you've been and how you got to where you are. And more importantly, what choices, what massive changes you are now ready to start implementing. Now, this isn't an energy that's just going to be there, wham, bam, thank you, and it's over. This is going to be something that unpacks over time. The judgment card, though, will see you making that larger decision for your life path going forward. It's kind of a once you go through this door, things will never be the same again kind of energy. So, no pressure. It gets big, right? For your direction card, how do you tap into that judgment card? Well, you tap into it through the 2 of Pentacles. So what you want to do here, you want to stay grounded. You want to keep your feet on the ground. When it comes to your money, your resources, and your finances, this is a month where you really need to think about what you are doing. What are you doing with your money? What are you doing with your resources? Being intentional, being focused, being directed. Remember, 2s are about decision making as well, and partnerships. So this would be a time where connecting to a new group might be a lucrative pursuit. This could be a time where maybe you're considering what you're doing with your money and how that actually shows up for you, how it works with you or for you, or whether it works against you. The fact that you have the 2 of Pentacles as well, very often this asks you to think about ways that you can expand what you're doing. And then finally, your Human Design Oracle card for the month of June is, sorry, I just had to give them a shuffle. The gate. Look at this, right? What was I literally just saying? So you've got the gate 20 and the now, right? This is all about being present. It's all about being focused. It's all about paying attention and being intentional with what you are doing. Where your intent goes, where your thoughts go, energy flows, as the saying goes. And I'm just rolling off the tongue now. Another thing that you want to be aware of as well, the judgment card is number 20 and the now card is also the number 20. And this now card really is a reminder to be in this present moment, to be in the here and now. All right, so if you are a life path 2 person, you have the Death card as your destiny card. So what does this say, right? Basically, it says that this is the energy of culminations and completions. And so this month, if you are a life path 2, in some way, shape or form, you're already tapping into this 11 energy, right? Because it's it's not backwards. Unfortunately, it's just the way that the screen is. I'm really sorry. I haven't figured out how to make it any other way. So when you guys see it, it is the other way round, but it's not. I'm definitely going to my right. So sorry about that. Now, if you're a life path 2 person, as I was saying, you are, in some ways, you're already tapped into the 11 energy, right? 11 really does not like conflict. Neither does number 2, because it's all about balancing things and harmonizing them. You know, when you see the Death card, culminations, endings, and completions are a part of life. So where is it over the course of June that you can find it in yourself to accept that something needs to come to an end, that something needs to be let go, something needs to be released? This is a time where being intentional about what you release in order to make room for something is a really, really important thing to put your focus on, right? So ask yourself, what is it that I'm ready now to phase out? And as painful as it might be, what am I ready to let go of so that it stops it's kind of like cutting away the brush, right? So that new things, new growth can come through. So for your direction card, you have the Hierophant, right? So, wow. First of all, the thing that I want to say to you is if you are a life path 2, some big or large commitment that you are already tied to, especially when it comes to things like jobs, when it comes to like work, when it comes to all of those things. This would be a time to really look at what and who you are tied to. What institutions are you tied to? What are you what's the word that I'm looking for? I'm not on my phone. I'm on my iPad, and I haven't got time to fiddle around with it right now because otherwise it's going to be a whole thing. So sorry guys, you'll just have to deal with the way the screen is now. And I will see if I can figure it out for next time. All right, stop distracting me so that I can do the readings. So yeah, if you're a life path 2, this is a time to really focus on what it is that you're ready to release now, and more importantly, where it is that you are tied to institutions that are maybe influencing what you're doing. That could be another way that this shows up. It also suggests that some big commitment, something that you are in or have been in for a long time, is now coming to a close or to a completion. All right, so keep that in mind. For your Human Design Oracle card, you have the Gate 9 and Small Details. Sometimes it really is the smallest things that create the biggest shifts, and the energy that I'm picking up from that set of cards, it almost suggests to me that you are, you know how like a company, like they say a company is like a big machine, and if one cog is out of place, it kind of feels like that. Life path 2 people, you might find this month that you get labeled as the squeaky wheel, when the truth of the matter is you're just highlighting what is out of place or what is out of its integrity. And it looks like you might come up against something where you say, actually, I'm not prepared to be a part of this. Like, if it's not going to be done right, if it's not going to be done properly, I need to shift my focus, and more importantly, I might need to rethink my my connections. All right, so for the life path 3 people, you have the Moon card, right? So in some way, shape or form, you are going to be really looking over the past, right? So June is going to be a month where you might really be in your feels. If you're a life path 3 person, you might really be feeling this energy, and you might really be sort of almost like placed in it. Do you know what I mean? Like, you might be feeling something at a really deep level, and this can see you more reflected. One of the things that I like about this card, it can sometimes show us where the rose-tinted glasses are coming off. So if you're a life path 3 person, maybe this month you end up seeing something the way that it actually is, rather than how you would like it to be. And it's really important that sometimes those rose-tinted glasses are taken off for us, because when they are, it allows us not only to be our true authentic selves, but it shows us where we are maybe living in a fantasy that isn't actually doing us any good, or is disconnecting us from the here and now. For your direction card, how you might use this, you have the Fool card. New things, places, people, and energies are likely to be coming up for you. Life path 3 people love to communicate. They love to connect. It's also going to see you kind of considering this month what maybe, just maybe, you are ready to relaunch, redo, represent to the world in some way, shape or form. This kind of feels for me like an energy of, you know what, it didn't work before, but it might work now. If you haven't seen the video that I put out with Denise Matthew just recently, watch it, because there's a lot of that we talk about in there. This whole time, especially over the most of June, is really, it's kind of like second chance city, but this isn't like, oh yeah, we're the B team. Do you know what I mean? This is, you get another shot to make something what you always envisioned it could be. Don't be afraid to start again, right? Don't be afraid to do something again or to try again. And then for your Human Design Oracle card, you have the Gate 35 and Experience. One of the things that I love about this card, it always says you have to experience it for yourself. having somebody else's say so, reading it in a book, anything that's secondhand experience is not going to cut it, right? And that includes your own. If you've had a previous experience, yes, you had that experience then, but it's not the experience you're having now, and it's not the experience that you may have if you step forward to do what it is that you're bringing back into your life or into your world, right? So this is a new experience, and see it exactly as that. All right, for you life path 4 people, you have the Tower, right? So this is going to be an interesting month for the life path 4s. What this suggests to me is there are big realizations coming up for you. Now, it's interesting because 11 and 4 are very different numbers, but they're also very different vibrations. 11 is a lot more expansive. It's a lot more growthful. It's a lot more sort of out there. It's a lot more connective in a way, whereas the life path 4 is a lot more narrow. It's a lot more honed. It's a lot more, what's the word? It's a lot more focused. This month, something that you are doing or something that you're planning to do may see you having to really shift your perspective. If you're a life path 4, the ground might shift underneath you. You might find that you are pulled, maybe your focus is pulled from something. Maybe you have a ground shattering realization, or maybe something shows up in your life that completely says to you, what you're doing or where you're at is not working. We need to do something else. That's the reason that the Tower shows up. It usually the Tower's way, the Tower, when it shows up, it usually kind of says to us, you're going in the wrong direction. And whatever you think is reality is not reality. So it comes in, strikes everything down, completely cracks the illusion for you, so that what is revealed is like, oh, okay. Do you know what I mean? It's like, wow, I didn't see that before because I thought that it's like the breaking of an illusion. That's probably the easiest way that I can put it. For your direction card, what do you need to know? You have the Page of Wands. I love this for you, right? So you could be getting a spontaneous idea or download this month. You could be having an amazing inspiration. The thing is, because it's coming through the Tower, this could be, I was at school studying law. I have this amazing epiphany and realize that actually, I want to go and study interior design. I don't know what I was doing. That is not for me, but that is. And so suddenly everything that you thought was going to be your life, all of the plans that you'd made attached to that, suddenly just kind of gone up in smoke. And it's like, now you have to do everything completely different. That's one way that this could show up for you. Another way that this could show up for you is this could literally be a spontaneous message that comes through. And it might be one that has a little bit of a disruptive energy to it. All right. So, for your Oracle card, you you just can't make it up. You've got the card 22 and Grace. And this card literally talks about creating for the sake of creating. Having the energy within you where something needs to be expressed, the Page of Wands. Something is seeking expression through you. And so this month, if you're a life path 4 person, look at that. Isn't that interesting that you've got 22 there as well? If you're a life path 4 person, what you're being asked to do is to create or to follow that creative urge within you that might take you off the path. And there are going to be naysayers. There are going to be people that just don't get what you're trying to do, but you've got to do it anyway. That's the message for you. If you are a life path 5 person, we're getting to you now. Life path 5. You have the Temperance card. How interesting is that, right? So the Temperance card is number 14. 1 and 4 gives you 5. So if you're a life path 5 person, this is the month where you are going to have to slow it down, right? This is not a month to do things overly fast. It's not a month to push. This is not, and this is across the board as well, by the way. Now, if whatever life path number you are, it's an 11 month. Don't push. Allow yourself to be led. if you are a life path 5, what are you aligned with? What is it that you're connected to? This month, if you see things showing up if you're a life path 5, and this month you see things showing up for you that you don't like, or you don't enjoy, or you think, why am I having this experience? Check where your intention and your energy are, because with the Temperance card, you're very likely drawing this to you, even if it is subconscious. We all have subconscious baggage. I mean, I'm 36, and at this point we've all got baggage. If you're a lot younger than me, then maybe you don't have any yet, and heads up to you. I truly hope that you don't have any by the time you get to my age. My point is, I'm fine. I'm actually very happy and very healthy, but you see my point. It's like, this temperance energy is really asking you to be very focused on what you're thinking, what you're broadcasting, because you're manifesting very fast this month. Now, your direction card is the Queen of Wands, right? So if you're a life path 5 person, a Sagittarius woman or person may feature for you this month. It is very, very possible. Why do I say that? You got the Temperance card, ruled by Sagittarius. You got the Queen of Wands, an Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius person. Couple them together, that's a Sagittarius woman. So in some way, shape, or form, if you have a friend, a sister, a brother, a lover, whatever it is that is a Sagittarius, speak to them. They might highlight something to you that you really need to be aware of. The other thing that I get from this as well, you might have to really put your foot down with someone this month. You might have to say, look, you know what, that's not my stuff to get into. And I would say to you, if you're a life path 5, be conscious of what you allow yourself to get drawn into, because your energy, your specific life path 5 energy, is going to amplify that, especially given the fact that 2021 is a 5-year. So life path 5 people are very powerful this year in general. Just consider that your own energy is like a magnet or an amplifier, right? So you're going to get more of what you hang with. You're going to get more of what you think about. You're going to get more of what you focus on. And that's the same for all of us anyway, but more so for you because of the heightened energy of the 5 this year. So your Human Design Oracle card is the Gate 19 and Sensitivity. So this is something that I think Life Path 5 people don't really like to talk about. They're very touchy-feely, they're very dynamic, they're very bold, they're very brave as well. But there is a sensitivity to the Life Path 5, and sometimes they have a tendency to kind of cover that up. Don't do that this month. If you're a Life Path 5, I'm not saying wear your heart on your sleeve and get yourself hurt. What I am saying is let people see that other, softer, more gentle side to you, and find a way to say, you know what, if something is not resonating with you, or it doesn't feel good, or it's making you feel off, or it's pulling you out of your alignment, then say so. It's going to be one of the easiest ways to do so. And what is the butterfly all about? It's all about transformation. You have a real shot this month to transform something in your life, especially if it comes with putting your foot down or disconnecting from people or things that bring your energy down. Life Path 6 people, if you are a Life Path 6, you have the Emperor, right? So very interesting, right? In a lot of ways, the Emperor isn't just about, the patriarchy and all of that. It's often about education. Sometimes it's about the institutions that we're tied to. Sometimes it's about the authority figures or persons in our lives. And in a lot of ways, I kind of feel like if you're a Life Path 6 this month, it really is about you commanding the respect that you deserve, finding a way to stand your ground, finding a way to really have your say, to have your voice heard. In a lot of ways, this is really asking you to open up about what your thoughts are, and really to find that inner leadership within yourself. Your direction card is the 4 of Cups. So you've got 2 4s here, because the Emperor is number 4. 4 of Cups is number 4. If you are a Life Path 6 person, It does, 2 4s in tarot represents the energy of insomnia. So if you find that this month you're having trouble sleeping, it kind of makes sense, right? And if that is the case, one of the things that comes up here, maybe this is the first time you've had, so now let's consider here, because life path 6 people, whether they want it or not, responsibility is always thrust upon them. There might be something that feels like a little bit too much this month. Do you know what I mean? Like you might think, oh, do you know what? This is the one that breaks the camel's back. And that saying, heavy is the head that wears the crown, definitely rings true for you this month. However, that being said, there could be rewards for the extra work that is done this month. So if there's any what's the word that I'm looking for? If there's any extra responsibilities that are put on your plate this month, take them on board, because there could be results, rewards, or possibly even blessings that come out of that. But you are going to have to find a way to rest, right? One of the things that Life Path 6 people are here to learn is how to be a good manager, how to be responsible, how to connect with others, to care for others, how to do all of those things. But one of the things that you need to learn as a Life Path 6 is that first and foremost, you have to maintain yourself. You have to self-care. You have to nourish yourself before you nourish anyone or anything else. That's the only way you can continually give from that inner well. So if you're a Life Path 6, that self-care this month, really important. Your Human Design Oracle card is the Gate 42 and closing, right? This, for me, this as a card, it always says that this is the time to really roll your sleeves up and get cracking. And you know, the funny thing is, I don't necessarily feel that this is just for other people. I actually feel like it's for you. Like, this is the time where if there's something you wanted to study, if there's something you thought, you know what, I'm going for that promotion, I'm going to get that money that I need to buy my house, I am going to buy a house, I am going to step into a new era of my life, this could very well be that month. And I'm going to be honest with you, it's going to take some extra work. And you may have to either hand something over, or when I say hand something over, I mean delegate. But finding a way to do so, and to do so effectively, could really help you get ahead this month. Thank you so much for the super chat, Kate. I really, really appreciate that. That's wonderful. Thank you. Excuse me. Sorry, I am human too. It's been quite hot here recently. So if you are a Life Path 7, a Life Path 7 person, it is the Magician, is your destiny card. Life Path 7 is probably one of the ones that had, now they all have their lessons, they all have their blessings before anyone says, I'm a this and you don't know. But Life Path 7 people, I really feel for you guys, because you know, there's so much that goes on within you. And sometimes it's like, even though you're really intelligent, it's really hard for you to find a way to share that with people. This month, the Magician card makes you a master magician, but it also makes you a master communicator. And so the message here is, find a way to speak your feelings. Find a way to connect to others. If you're a Life Path 7, you naturally need more alone time. You naturally need a barrier and a buffer between you and the world, between you and groups, between you and people. But it is equally as vital, especially this month, right? And the reason I say this, the Life Path 7 is actually a very spiritual life path as well. The thing is, you guys tend to spend a lot of time trying to verify that, right? It's like, you know something on a spiritual level, but until you see those cold hard facts, you get really like, I'm not sure about this. Do you know what I mean? Like, you really need to see the proof. And the funny thing is, because you're so intelligent, you know where to look, and you tend to find the answers that you're looking for that verify that spiritual energy or experience. And so, because 11 is also a very spiritual energy, you have a chance this month to really share with people who you are behind closed doors. That Magician card not only makes you powerful, not only makes you, a powerful or charismatic person, but it also suggests that this month you could find your catalyst. You could find the thing that enables you to really connect with people so that they can see you in a deeper way. And by being seen, allowing yourself to have light shed on you, you can and will become that master magician. Your sounds like my old geezer. I love that. For your direction card, you have the King of Cups. I love this deck, by the way. Isn't it beautiful? It's the Morgan Greer Tarot. I absolutely love them. So you've got the King of Cups, right? And what this says to me is there is opportunity for you this month to really get ahead. There is things that are likely to be put in your path or shared with you, and you might think to yourself, do you know what? It seems like a really good opportunity, but I'm not sure I want to take it. Well, with the King of Cups here as your direction card, whatever opportunity is presented to you to connect. So this is the thing. The opportunity will come, but one of the things that you really need to consider is you're going to have to connect with people. You can't do this on your own. You can't just sit behind closed doors and send emails out or any of that, right? You're going to have to connect. And that's what this opportunity is going to be attached to. And don't let that put you off, because it could be a really, really awesome opportunity for you. I'm not saying it won't come again, because I don't get that feeling from these cards. It may very well come up until you finally accept it. You know, sometimes that happens as well. The universe is wise. She knows what she's doing. Sometimes if you ignore the knock, it will just get louder and louder and louder until you answer. So if you're a Life Path 7 person, embrace the opportunities that come up this month. For your Oracle card, look at this, right? So you got the Gate 5 and Patience. Now, the story behind this energy is that the frog knows, right? It may not, because it's a frog, you see the tadpole. So it will sit on that lily pad and wait forever. And one of the things about this energy is it knows there'll be another fly, there'll be another insect that I can swipe out of the air at some point. So I just need to sit here and wait patiently for things to come to me. That's something that you do very well. This Gate 5 and Patience card, though, is telling me that if you're a Life Path 7, where you're going to need patience this month is when you start to connect with people. You're going to be like, yeah, this is why I work alone. Have faith in people. Give them a chance to come through for you. Give them a chance to show you that, yes, they might be louder than you. Yes, they might be a bit more theatrical, or they might not be as scientific as you, but let them come through for you. I remember once, I'm talking years ago now, when I was like 15, I worked at a cleaning job. And one day I was cleaning this woman's desk, and she had a plaque on it, and it said, have great faith in people, because with your help they can do anything. Oh, sorry. And the truth of the matter is that when we have somebody to believe in us, when we have somebody exercise patience with who we are, oh God, sorry, I don't even know why I'm getting so bloody emotional. But when we have people be patient with us and give us a chance to come through, and they believe in us, that is when we shine the brighter. So if you are a Life Path 7 person, have that patience this month, because I promise you someone or something will come through for you. Find a way to connect. Ooh, sorry, that was very long. For the Life Path 8 people, your destiny card is the Fool. New things, new places, new people, new energies. The Fool card is that cosmic reset, but it's also a moment where the universe basically says to you, here's a little gift, what you're going to do with it. All right? It really asks you to look beyond what you know. If you're a Life Path 8 person, just consider that this might literally be the energy where you initiate something new, or where you're diverted on your path in so much. Do you know what I mean? Like, in some way, shape or form, you might find that this requires a leap of faith. That's what the Fool card is. That's what the white dog is, your instinct that says, this might not go the way we plan, but it's something that you have to trust, right? So if you're a life path 8 person, be open to where things could go, right? Be open to the new paths that open up for you. Look at this. And your direction card for the life path 8 people is the Page of Cups. So if you're a life path 8 and you are wanting to conceive, this is your month. This is a very fertile, beautiful energy for having babies, for new projects, new endeavors. For those of you life path 8 people that are single and thinking, where the is my person? This month they show up for you. Be open to all of the avenues that are presented to you, especially if you end up having to walk down roads, streets, or maybe not literal, but road, streets, or avenues that are just very different to where you would usually go or where you would usually look. If you're a life path 8 person, a creative project or endeavor is asking you to get a move on. It's asking you to get on with it, basically. I love this for you, though. I actually really like this. I have a sister who's a life path 8 anyway, so I'm really happy that she's got some good news on its way into her. All right. Excuse me. So you have the Gate, 21, and Control. And funnily enough, I know when you see this card, it looks a bit ominous. But actually, the energy of this is to basically say that sometimes we don't have control. Sometimes finding the courage to relinquish control to a higher power or to something else, to let divine timing and synchronicity step in. When we relinquish that control, we're ultimately given more sway over where our lives go anyway. It's kind of like, for those of you that have been with me long enough, you'll know I've spoken a lot about this. I believe that it's fate and free will, not fate versus free will. It's fate and free will, and they work together. There are moments that are fated for us that are big life-changing moments. How we get to those points and where we go from them, that's free will, right? So it's a mixture of those two factors. For the life path 9 people, life path 9, your destiny card is the Chariot. If you're a life path 9, all of that hard work and effort that I know you guys have been grafting on, right? If you've got a heavy 9 emphasis in any of your numerological readings or numbers, I know you guys have been grafting it, like really working very hard, and sometimes for what feels like very little effort. Well, I can tell you, with the Chariot card as your destiny card, there are some really wonderful things that are about to open up for you, and these are the results of your actions. What is the message of the Chariot card? The rewards are coming. The victory is coming, but you got to stay the course. I know you're tired. I know you're at that point where you're like, I've been going for so bloody long and I'm seeing such small results. This month you could see those big results, those big rewards, those big payouts. Stick it out. You're so close. For your direction card, to flesh it out, life path 9 people, if you were worried about your money and your money's been funny, let me tell you, honey, it's about to not be. All right, look at that. That is victory, success. That is rubbing shoulders with powerful people. That is somebody that comes along, or an opportunity that comes along that accelerates your business, that takes you or your job role to the next level. The 2 of Wands has a very affluent energy to it, so you could be rubbing shoulders with people that have got money to spend, with people that can really help you get ahead. For those of you that have been working on things, like I said, and you haven't seen results, June is the month where you start to really see them. I'm very, very happy to tell you that. So for your Human Design Oracle card, yeah, of course, you've got the Gate, 34, and Power. One of the things that I love about this card, you can see the dragon there, right? But one of the things that I really love about this card and the Gate 34, it's about a power that is not often seen. It's about tapping into something that is bigger and broader, something that allows you to do so much more, something that really allows you to, what's the word, to excel in a way that you haven't really seen up until this point. You're about to get a power boost, I think, and in a lot of ways people are about to really know who you are. So if you're a life path 9, this might be the moment that you've been waiting for. Yeah, stay safe, Jeremy. Travel good. I truly hope that the winds die down for you, and I really hope that the seas are calm. And before you go off, water, lie down in your bed. Take care, man. And for those of you that are still here, we're getting on to the life path 11. All right, so we are done with the human numbers, as I like to call them, 1 to 9. When we get into, so the next 3 we're going to do are life path 11, 22 and 33. So you master number vibration people, hang on, because it is your turn. So for the life path 11, this is your month, right? This is look at that, right? You got the Justice card, which now in this deck, funnily enough, it is the number 8. And interesting story, little side note, little teaching moment. The Rider-Waite Smith deck actually switched. So Rider-Waite himself, when he was creating the writings for the deck, switched card 8 with card 11. So the Strength card and the Justice card used to be opposite numbers. Now in the modern Rider-Waite Smith deck, Justice is number 11 and Strength is number 8. And if you delve deeply enough into the major arcana, the changes that he made make so much sense. There's too much for me to go into here. But yeah, in this deck, it's the number 8, but the Justice card is actually number 11. So I'm taking this as 11, and that really, for me, kind of says if you're a life path 11, you're tapped into your own energy. You're tapped into your own brilliance in a lot of way, but this is a month where you have to claim that. If you're a life path 11, it's your time to ascend. It's your time to present yourself to the world. It's your time as a light worker, a healer, a psychic, a mystic. I'm speaking to one particular amazing gentleman out there who is a friend, soul brother of mine. It's your time. This month you have to launch yourself out into the world. If you are I feel like this, like 11 is strength, actually. No, not for me. It doesn't fit, especially when you tie in the astrological stuff to it. But you know, maybe one day I'll make a video about it. But you're okay, great. Yeah, so if you're a life path 11 person, what is justice? It's not just about signing contracts and legal matters. It's also about commitment, truly committing or aligning yourself to something, making the decision to be a part of something, to hold on to something, to stand for something, right? To choose something. And this month you have to choose yourself. You have to choose your path. And then for your direction card, you have, look at that, the 9 of Cups. We are on life path 11. So you've got the 9 of Cups as your direction. What I absolutely love about this is your heartfelt wish, right? It's the thing that you hope for when nobody else sees you close your eyes and make a wish. It is the fulfillment of that wish. And coupled with the Justice card, coupled with the fact that this is an 11 month, for those of you that are life path 11 people that have said, I just want to find my purpose. I don't need a lot. I don't need to be rich. I don't need to be this, this, and this. I just want to discover what I'm here for. If that is the question that you've been asking yourself, this would really be the moment to open up to that. Listen deeply, be still, take yourself out into nature, take a moment to really connect with people as well. Have conversations with other people in the fields that you're hoping to be in, because you may just maybe have that realization. But you know what? The truth of the matter is, this is coming from within. It's not coming from outside. All right. Ooh. Let me just plug in the laptop. I don't know if you remember one time I did one of these and I didn't have my charger, and I had to really rush it right at the end there. All right, so for the Life Path 11 people, oh, look at this. Yeah, all right, so you've got the Gate 32 and Endurance. And what does this say? The beauty of the rabbits on there, right? One of the things that I really think is, one second. One of the things, sorry, if you're a Life Path 11 person, one of the things that I really feel is important here is when you see the rabbits, the story behind them is that they are, they're really, they're survival animals, right? And why? Because their whole existence, they have to be really vigilant because of predators and stuff. But even under such harsh, terrible, awful conditions, they proliferate and they thrive. If you are a Life Path 11 person, this is the month not only where you discover your purpose, but it's where as well you could also find the person, the group, the tribe that you really belong to. And this could be a really powerful moment of realization of how much strength you really have, how much endurance to see something through to its completion you really have. All right, so for the Life Path 22, you have, oh nice, you guys get the Wheel of Fortune. All right, so I love this. What does this say, right? The Wheel of Fortune very often depicts or speaks about universal law, and your number is very much a number of integrity. The number 22 is that of the master builder. It's the person that can and will build a shelter for every person and being on the planet. This is somebody that can literally envision what they see, pierce the heavens with those thoughts, and then be given or channel the energy into their own hands to build it from the ground up. The fact that you have the Wheel of Fortune as your destiny card really, for me, speaks volumes. It suggests that you've done the work, and now it's time for you to really start to allow things to unfold for you. This is really, if you get those nudges and hints this month that you're supposed to be somewhere, that you're supposed to connect with someone, follow that. Right? There's no such thing as coincidence as far as I'm concerned. There is only synchronicity. For your direction card, Life Path 22 persons, you have the Six of Pentacles. Sorry, I have to do that because these cards aren't so easy to pick up and I don't have much fingernail. So you got the Six of Pentacles, and this is a direction card. Is not only the balancing of the scales, right? That's the scales that he's got there. It's also the discovery how whenever you, specifically you as a Life Path 22 person, and all of the master number vibrations, whenever you do something for others, you yourself will be blessed abundantly. That is how master number energy works, right? The more you bless others, the more you do for others under the energy of the master number vibrations, the more you yourself will be blessed. When you work only for yourself, when you use that energy for selfish or nefarious purposes, it will work against you. And, you know, quite frankly, the energy's bigger than us, so don't let it you know what I mean? Like, don't let it hold you back. Another way that you could see this, because it's on the Wheel of Fortune, that could literally be a spontaneous blessing of some sort. This could be a bonus for work that you've already done. This could be help with a debt that maybe that you have. Just consider that there could be a benefactor of some kind that shows up for you now, seemingly out of the blue, especially if you've got a project that has halted because it's run out of funds. For your, all right, look at that. For your Human Design Oracle card, you have the Gate 11 and Ideas. Remember what I said to you just before about the Life Path 22 person being able to envision something and then literally pierce the heavens with that energy and then channel the energy down to create it? This is that energy. And you see we call them here, I don't know what you guys call them elsewhere where you are. We called these, when I was little, a dandelion clock. And you would blow on it so many times, and apparently it would tell you the time, right? It's a childish thing, but it's just a really nice memory that I have. The seeds of these things go everywhere, they fly on the wind. And so, whatever your ideas are this month, even if they seem not stupid, but even if they seem nebulous, even if it's the idea and you think to yourself, oh, sorry, 1 second. There we go. All right. Sorry about that. Even if your idea seems, well, not silly, but like I said, if it seems nebulous or you think to yourself, oh, it will never work, one of the things that I would consider this month is that idea might be the thing that really takes off. And if it's something that's truly going to help other people, it can but be successful. Okay, so for Life Path 33 people, wrong one, you have the Hanged Man. All right, so if you're Life Path 33, one of the things that I love most about this is kind of your card. It's got a very Neptunian energy. It's got a very Piscean energy, which taps into that 33 Christ consciousness type energy. I'm not saying it's the same thing before anyone has a meltdown. I'm just saying it has a resonance to it, right? So with the Hanged Man, this is a very spiritual card. It's a very spiritual energy. Now I want to go back to something that I mentioned earlier, right? And what I said earlier was that oh gosh, I've completely lost my train of thought. I'm so sorry. What I said earlier was that the master number vibration of the 11 is the initiatory energy. So I give this little tidbit out to everybody and anybody that asks me. When you see the numbers 1111, or you see the number 11 repeated wherever you go, the message is from the universe. Whatever you have tried to manifest, whatever you have asked for, whatever you have put out into the world, the 11 energy is basically saying you have initiated the process. We have heard you. It's on its way. That is your message to then just say, right, okay, excellent, it's coming. I'm going to get into receptive mode, right? We spend so much time trying to pray and to manifest and call in that we forget to go, okay, I've done my bit. I've done the ask. I've put that out into the world, into the universe. Now it's time to let it come to me. We forget to come into that receptive mode. And so if you're seeing 1111, if you're seeing this kind of energy, one of the things about this is it's really trying to show you that it's already on its way. Okay, so with the Life Path 33 people, because we're in an 11 month, this is even more potent for you. You are the completion point. You are the end point. You are the point at which it all comes together. You are the point at which all things mundane and divine, you are the point at which those things intersect. And so, yes, absolutely, I allow and I surrender. The fact that this is an 11 month is asking you to come down from that heavenly sort of divine realm from up there in the nebulous and be here with us. Be a leader, show up, help people when they ask for it. And this isn't about giving and just depleting yourself, because that's the shadow side of the hanged man, right? Self-sacrifice and martyrdom. You know, I give too much and I'm depleted now and I don't know what to do about it. It's not about that. It's about doing your bit, becoming that cohesive point at which everything comes together. And then the 11 energy is basically saying this is the point at which you will initiate something that connects you to the group in a really big way, and maybe in a position of a leadership in some way. Now, on top of that, you've got the Two of Cups as your direction. And one of the things that really hits me about that, excuse me, I've promised to do a series about the triple numbers, and I will get to it one day, I promise. So your Two of Cups is asking you partnerships, connections, collaborations, finding ways to spiritualize and harmonize your connections, finding ways to bridge the gap between things that don't necessarily go together. I mean, they say red and green should never be seen, so how you're going to rectify that one, I don't know, but yeah, I'm being funny. Well, trying to. That was properly a dad joke, but but you get my point. This moment, the month of June, if you're a Life Path 33 person, you have a chance to bridge the gap between things that may not seem like they can be reconciled. It's not an easy energy, but if anyone can do it, it will be a Life Path 33. And then finally, your Human Design Oracle card is the Gate 52 and Stillness. And what does the message come through on this? It really is about going within to ask yourself, right? Stilling yourself, making yourself, finding that stillness within yourself to say, okay, what is the message here? What is it that I actually need to know? Where is it that things go from this moment forward? And more importantly, because you have that connection to the divine, maybe it's time for you to sit with that and ask them, what is the thing? What are the things that need to be harmonized in my life? And how does that affect everyone around me? Because when you harmonize yourself with your environment, everything just turns into this wonderful experience for everybody involved. And when you can live a life of harmony and show others how to do the same, you really do make the world a better place, And I know I'm sounding like a complete hippie right now, but so what? That's me. Yeah, exactly. Perfect one. One of the things that I like about this energy for the 33 people as well, the best example that I have in my mind is, when you see what's the word? When you see like wild animals, like, birds, geese, like whatever out, they have an innate knowing, right, of who or what is probably going to do them harm, right? They live their lives by instinct. Now, I'll give you an example. Some people can walk straight past them and the animals will just happily continue doing what they do. Why? Because they know on that vibrational level, you mean me no harm. This month, think about the energy of vibration. If you're a Life Path 33 person especially, think about how harmonizing your world, connecting the spiritual and the mundane and fusing them can make things better for everybody. Oh, Mandy! Listen, you guys are going to be seeing this woman very soon. She's about to take you all by storm. She's an absolute beauty, a powerhouse, and a super gifted soul. So watch out for Mandy Colvin, because you will be seeing her soon. Trust me. I predict big, big things for you, beauty. So that's the life path numbers. This is a universal year 11, right? And in a lot of ways, yes, this is the number of revelation. It's the number of realization. It is the number of spirituality and psychic awareness. It's the number that is the mystic, the mystical experience has a chance to really find you this month, providing you are open to it, providing you take a moment just to say, okay, what do I need to know here? And more importantly, connect to your tribe, connect to your people. And I know a lot of you out there really want to find them. And I'm going to say to you what I said to somebody that I truly believe is a very gifted soul not too long ago. The reason some of you can't find your tribe is because you are supposed to start the tribe. And I'm going to say that again. The reason you can't find your tribe is because you are supposed to start the tribe. So if you can't find your if you can't find your group or your people that you feel like you want to be surrounded by, you start that group. You find them, because they're waiting for you too. With that said, I'm going to shut up and get back on my perch. My little soapbox moment there. I love you guys so much, and I'm so grateful that you always show up for me, that you like my videos, that you share them, that you subscribe, that you just sit with me. it means so much to me. And I've said this a million times, and I don't care how cheesy it sounds because it's the truth. I created Radiant Reality, but you guys make it. And this to me is a community, and I'm so, so happy and so proud to be a part of it. And I'm so, so grateful that you guys make it what it is every single time. I truly hope that the month of June is, you know, as kind to all of us as it can be. It's going to be an amazing time of learning, I know that much. And I truly hope that we all get from it what we absolutely need. I have no doubt that we will. The universe knows what she's doing, right? So we got to trust her. But just know that you can reach out in the comments. Just know that this is a time where connecting to people is going to be vital. It's gonna get a little crazy out there. It's gonna get a little intense, maybe in here and in here at times, but it's important that you stay focused. And because this is an 11 month, you keep one foot firmly in the other world, whether that's the spiritual world, the other world, the netherworld, whatever you want to call it. For me, I call it the other world, right? That's their realm. It belongs to them, not us. You keep one foot there, and you keep one foot on terra firma in this material reality. That is the way that you will get through this month relatively, you know, sane and unscathed. I mean, sane might be a little bit stretching. You know, if you're anything like me, darling. But yeah, with that said, I wish you all an abundance of love, light, peace, prosperity, and abundance itself. Go be awesome. I will see you in the comments. I'm getting back to that slowly but surely of actually answering people rather than just liking your comments. It's just been, like I said, this year has had no chill, as I'm sure you're all aware. And this month might not have any either. And this is one of the reasons I'm saying having that spiritual practice, building on that spiritual practice, trusting, having one foot in the other world and one foot in this world is going to be so vital this month. It's probably the only way that you're really going to get through. And the people that are really kind of doing the whole headless chicken thing, they're likely going to be the ones that don't have anything to root them or ground them. All right. So if you see that, help them in whatever way you possibly can. With that said, I love you all. Take care. Have an amazing evening, day, afternoon, wherever you are in the world. And there will be timestamps on the video. I'm going to go in and do them now. All right. Take care, and I'll see you soon.